Welcome to Being at Home with George. I'm really excited to be here, and let's begin the way we always begin, which is to embrace, say yes to whatever comes up, and at the same time generate the hope so that we can make wise choices, so we can live and come from wisdom. So I'd like to talk about this idea. I have a course I offer twice a year called the Mindful Athlete course online, and we have a 6-week study group. And this time around, we're going to do a 6-week study group that's themed open heart, open mind, the way of wisdom. And so you might think about this idea of how do you do that? And believe it or not, how you do it is the how. And what I mean by how is honesty, open-mindedness, willingness. This is from my recovery. I learned about this idea of being honest. In other words, having mirror mind, accepting what's there, being real honest with how I feel, how I think, how I'm seeing. And then this idea of open-mindedness, being open, being willing to accept what's there. So really, when you think about honesty and open-mindedness, I'm really talking about accepting things as they are. It's a reflection in the mirror. I don't have to like it. I don't have to love it. But the idea is to accept it, to say yes to it. Just like we talk about embracing whatever comes up. And then the willingness is the willingness to tolerate the cognitive discomfort. That's a fancy way of saying being comfortable, being uncomfortable, and the willingness to show that I know. So when I am honest and open-minded and I'm cultivating wisdom and I'm getting some information, the idea is to put the information, the learning becomes a way of being. I actually apply it. I actually show what I know, because this idea of to know and not to act is not to know at all. So we want to know, and to know, you got to act. We have to have a direct experience or intuitive sense of it being real. And we know that we have this still small voice inside of us that knows when we're off the beam, and it's easily drowned out. And so this idea of having an open heart and an open mind is an ability to see things as they are. And we know when we know the truth shall make us free. This is about freedom. And this is what I've been practicing for over 40 years in regards to my addictions, as well as one of my addictions is this stinking thinking. This idea of getting caught in survival mode, and 9 out of 10 thoughts are negative. And they talk about these addictions, and one of them being the need to know, and another one being perfectionism. I'm a recovering perfectionist. I say that all the time. And we get addicted to intensity. We get addicted to this idea of being hyper focused on what's wrong. And that's when we get stuck in survival mode. So this idea of just having an open heart, open mind, this idea of honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. And sometimes the willingness has to be reduced to being willing to be willing. And so this idea is, how do we get the information, know the truth, and the truth shall make us free? But it's not a Pollyanna-ish where we have faith without the verification, without the idea of having a direct experience of whatever is being taught. And this is what I say to people all the time. Don't believe what I say. See if it's true in your own experience. And once you know it's true, then you can say, that's my story and I'm sticking to it.